What's up, everybody? Alex from 20 Gaming TV here. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the latest roster update for June 9th of 2017 for MLB The Show 17. And I'm going to turn the cam off here in a second just so you guys can see all the stats and kind of see what they got upgraded by. I'm going to be going by each position. I'm going to be going kind of fast and stopping on people that might be important. But we do have two new diamonds in this roster update. Zack Greinke up to a diamond. Dallas Keuchel up to a diamond. Two starting pitchers are up to a diamond this update. At the very end of the video, I talk about the 4 big upgrades. We have 2 new diamonds and 2 diamonds who went gold. So if you kind of just want to skip through every single player, just go check out the end of the video. This video might be kind of long. I am just going to go through each individual player at every single position, starting with the starting pitchers. So Luis Perdomo up from a 62 to a 72. Jeff Hoffman up from a 65 to a 73. Miguel Diaz up from a 52 to a 59. Chase Anderson up from a 75 all the way to an 80. Jimmy Nelson, another Brewer, up from a 72 to a 77. Zach Godley up from a 69 to a 74. Sean Manaea, correct me if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, up from a 76 to an 81. Ariel Miranda up from a 69 to a 74. Jimmy Nelson we already covered, but up from a 72 to 77. Randall Delgado 72 to 76. Robert Stevenson 61 to a 65. Dan Straley 76 to an 80. Matt Weisler 66 to a 69. Dylan Gee up from a 64 to a 67. And Danny Salazar up from a 79 to an 82. Sam Gaviglio up from a 54 to a 57. Dallas Keuchel up from an 89 to a 90. Zach Wheeler up from a 74 to a 76. And Zack Greinke up from an 89 to a 91. So Dallas Keuchel, a new diamond at 90 overall. Zack Greinke, a new diamond at 91 overall. We got Brandon Morrow, 68 to 70. Brad Peacock, 73 to 74. Go Cardinals. Carlos Martinez up from an 82 to an 83. AJ Griffin looks to be added this week. Adam Wilk looks to be added this week. Correct me if I'm wrong on this stuff, though, you guys. I'm not sure why there's just a 0 there without any stats changing. Just if those players aren't new, just let me know what's going on. Maybe there's some flashbacks added in, but we got Mike Leake. Yeah. Okay, so I'm a little bit confused. If you guys can help me out in the comments, though, but like these guys have 0 for their trend. Like it looks like some of their stats changed. Maybe some hitting stats changed. Max Scherzer velocity +5. Let's see. Yeah, Max Scherzer velocity +5. There's a Phil Niekro here, maybe added to the game. Jim Palmer, Nolan Ryan, Justin Marks. So maybe these guys are added to the game or they had some stats change. Either way, help me out a little bit on that just because I'm confused. Here are the downgrades for the week, though. Garrett Cole down from an 86 to an 84. Jake Arrieta no longer a diamond, down from a 90 to an 87. John Lester also down from a 90 to an 87. Kyle Hendricks down from an 87 to an 84. And Matt Harvey down from an 82 to a 74. So we have 2 new diamond starting pitchers, and 2 diamond starting pitchers are now both golds. Over at relief pitchers, Tommy Conley is up from a 78 to an 83 +5 for him. Joe Smith is a 79 to an 82. Chris Davinsky 84 to an 86. He's now a gold. Will Harris also 84, another Astros pitcher, to an 86, both golds as well. We have the guys that had just some stats change. Looks like a lot of relievers were either added to the game or just had some stats changed or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Again, you guys can help me out with that. The downgrades for relief pitchers: Mike Wright from a 59 to a 58. Taylor Rogers 59 to 57. Adam Morgan 69 to a 66. Nick Martinez from a 63 to a 60. Hyun-Jin Ryu from a 78 to a 75. Brooks Pounder from a 59 to a 56. Roenis Elias from a 74 to a 71. Alex Wimmers from a 58 to a 55. Edwin Jackson from a 64 to a 61. Chi Wei-Hu from a 58 to a 54. Ryan Buckner from an 83 to a 78. I think he's on my ranked seasons team, so he might be getting off. Kyle Bearclaw from an 84 to a 79. Big downgrade as well, and a huge downgrade for Tony Watson, 83 to a 74, man, a 9-point drop. The only closing pitcher upgrade we have is Corey Knebel up to an 82 from a 79. Dellin Betances and Aroldis Chapman both look like they had some stats change, maybe hitting. I don't know exactly how that works, man. I wish I knew better how the roster updates worked. Kelvin Herrera down from an 85 to an 83. Now for the position players. Catcher, we got Austin Hedges up to a 74 from a 69. JT Realmuto from an 80 to an 83. Yasmani Grandal from an 83 to an 85. Wilson Contreras from a 78 to a 79. And then no downgrades in the catcher position. Over at first base, Yonder Alonso from a 78 to an 83. Justin Smoke from a 73 to a 77. Ryan Zimmerman from an 82 up to a gold at 86. That's a really big upgrade for him. And Justin Bour, 81 to an 84, one away from a gold. And a downgrade, we start with Albert Pujols. He goes from 83 to a 79. His vision went down 10. His contact went down 5 and 4. And then power versus righties down 6, man. That makes a card not nearly as good, but it's still a pretty solid card for Mr. Albert Pujols. And then Matt Carpenter from an 85 to an 81. He went from a gold to a silver. He's been struggling as of late. His average is at 212, man. That's terrible for him. Sucks to see as a Cardinals fan. And then Victor Martinez down from an 83 to a 78. And now for the second baseman, Scooter Gennett, following a 4-homer game, gets a +4 upgrade, 76 to an 80. Jed Jerko gets a +3 from a 79 to an 82. He's killing it in the average department and got a little bit of a boost in power versus lefties. Ryan Schimpf, I probably pronounced it terribly, from a 73 to a 75. And Josh Harrison from an 83 to an 84. No downgrades at the second base position. For third base, Travis Shaw for the Brewers, a 72 to a 77. Got a huge upgrade for power versus righties and contact versus righties, +13 and +18. Mike Moustakas from an 80 to an 84. Ryan Healy from a 74 to a 78, which I love. His vision got downgraded 12, though. Look at that, man. His vision got downgraded by 12, but it's still going to be a monster card. Anthony Rendon, a +3 to an 87. He is now a gold. Jake Lamb, +2 from an 80 to an 82 overall. And then two downgrades at the third base position. Michael Franco down to a 78 from an 81. And Todd Frazier down to an 80 from an 83. Over at the shortstop position, we got Jed Lowry, +5, 72 to 77. Elvis Andrus, 81 to 84, nearly a gold. Zach Cozart, 80 to 83. He also is a Player of the Month card. And so does Carlos Correa, 87 to an 89. Carlos Correa, one away from being a diamond. And over at the shortstop position, we also have two downgrades. Jonathan Villar down from an 82 to a 79. He's been struggling this season. Alcides Escobar batting 183 from an 86 down to from an 80 down to a 76. Now on to the outfield. The only upgrade we have for left field is Corey Dickerson, 82 to an 83. And Alex Gordon getting downgraded, 83 to a 79. He's batting 174 this season. In center field, we have Guillermo Heredia. Probably pronounced that wrong. He went from a 60 to a 70. That's a pretty big jump, +10. Eric Young Jr. going +3 to a 72. And George Springer, 84 to an 86. And over at center field, we had no downgrades. So on to our last position, right field. We had 4 upgrades and 1 downgrade. Domingo Santana, +5 to a 75. Hunter Renfroe, 67, another +5 to 72. Steven Souza from a 77 to a 79. Mitch Haniger, +2 from a 76 to a 78. And then a downgrade, Carlos Gonzalez down from an 82 to an 80. He hasn't been having a great season. Only 5 homers and a 227 average. That is going to be it for this roster update video, you guys. Let me know if you enjoyed it and what you thought. I went through every single player and just help me out on like the ones where the trend is 0, because I'm still kind of learning how the roster update works and what that means. The 2 big updates were Dallas Keuchel to a diamond. He's up to a 90. Zach Greinke up to a 91. Both of those 2 pitchers went diamond. But then we also lost 2 diamond starting pitchers. Jake Arrieta down from, I believe, a 90 to an 87. And then another Cub, John Lester, down to, I think I want to say an 88. But John Lester and Jake Arrieta both got downgraded from diamond to gold. And then Zach Greinke and Dallas Keuchel went from gold to diamond. And all 4 of them in the starting pitcher position. But again, let me know what you guys did think of this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.